Okay, we are back on page 5 and chapter 8, and we are going to do the moving weighted average for a perpetual inventory system to calculate the cost of the inventory sold. So this is like you've got a big bin of nails, and someone just scoops up some for their roofing project, take it in a bag, and you're not going to cost each one, you're going to do a weighted average. Okay. You're always going to start with your beginning balance. Make sure these are in order. Beginning balance. So, we're basically breaking it into 3 sections, okay? The number, the cost per unit. So number, cost per unit, and total. So this is a picture of what's in your store for this inventory item at the end of the day. Okay, so times the cost per unit gives the total. Okay, so February 4th is the first time something happened, and we made a purchase. That's why we're in the purchases column. Don't need to write it down. Okay, we bought $23.30 at $3 each, so the total is $46,600, and we check it off because we entered those two. So now this is where we have to break it into 3 steps, and I break it into 3 steps, you guys, not because you have to do it that way. That's the right order to do them in, but you don't have to show all that work and that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to explain it to you. Okay, so we had a purchase. So now, how many units do we have? Well, first you calculate that. We had 1,500, right? Then we purchased $23.30, which means in total we had 3,830, and I'm just putting U for units, just to remind you it's not dollars. So that's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to leave some space here, and you're going to come over here to do your second calculation. So we need the number of first, then we need the total cost. So we had, this comes down, we've got 16,500 from last time, and we added 46,600, and that gives us 63,100. So we do units, we do dollar total, and then we're going to figure out the cost per unit. So as we see, oh sorry, this has been all turned crooked. The top, we take the total cost of the inventory divided by total number of units in inventory. So total cost is 63,100. By total units. And that equals 1640, and I've rounded it. So if you were doing this in your Excel spreadsheet, you guys, this is where you'd put the round formula, around this formula, or the round function, not formula. Okay, everybody good? So how many units are in our store? What's the cost in total for those units? So what's our per unit cost? $16.48. Everybody good? Okay, so now we've got a sale. February 20th. So under sales, I sell 2,750 units at, do I put the $30? No, never ever use that $30, not on an inventory card. Well, what we do is we take the previous weighted average, and it comes, so that's going to be 1648. And that equals 45,320. So units, cost, total. So we're taking this and applying it. We can't use the 30 because it's selling price. That doesn't belong here. That's for AR and sales. This is what we're going to use for cost of goods sold and inventory. That's leaving, because this is leaving. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing. 1, 2, 3. So we had 3830 units here, but they sold 2750. Which means we have 1080 units left. We had a total of 63,100 in cost. And we sold 45,320 again in cost. No price. Which means we have 17,780 left. So now what do I do as the third step? I just take the 17,780 divided by 1080. And that gives us 1646. Everybody okay? Okay. I am going to let you finish this, so just put it on pause, and then I'll come back, fill it in, and talk you through it. I'll fill in cost of goods sold, ending inventory, all of that. So put it on pause, try and finish this off, and then come on back. So April 2nd is a purchase, and we purchased 3260 units at 21, so that gave us 68460 in dollars. So over here, first thing we do is units. We had 1080, we added 3260, that gives us 4340. Second thing, we had 17,780, we added 68,460, so we have 86,240. That's dollars and that's units. So our weighted average that's moving, because notice it changes every time. 86,240 divided by 4340 is cost per unit, and that gives us 1887 per unit. So then when we get down to November 4th, we sell 2,900. And we take this down at 1987, which equals 57623. So at the end, I have 4340 minus 2,900 is 1,440 units. And we had 86,240 minus 57,623 gives us 28,617, and my weighted average cost per unit is the 28617 divided by 1,440, which is 1987, so it stayed the same. So hopefully that made sense to you and you got it right. Now, I didn't answer the question. We're supposed to find cost of goods sold and ending inventory. So with these, our cost of goods sold for the year is everything's column. So cost of goods sold is 45,320. It's 57,623, which is 102,943. $102,943. Ending inventory in dollars is right here. Now, this is ending inventory in units, but this is ending inventory in dollars. Okay, so hopefully this has all come back to you. You did this all in intro. It just probably went by really fast, and it was a long time ago. Okay, so we want to know which method gives a higher net income when prices are increasing. So we're just doing perpetual here. So we've got FIFO or weighted average. We notice prices are increasing. Notice they went from 11 to 12 to 11 to 20 to 21 for us. So they're increasing. And we want which has the highest inventory balance at the end of the year. So we need cost of goods sold. We need to think about net income and its effect on it, and ending inventory. So FIFO cost of goods sold, if you look back, it was 101,320. And weighted average was 102,943. Ending inventory was 30240 for FIFO and 28617 for weighted average. So, the way you think of these things is if cost of goods sold, which one's higher and which one's smaller? So this is higher and this is lower. So which gives you a bigger net income? Is net income here going to be big when we take off a big cost of goods sold? No, net income will be small. But if we just take a little, and I'm exaggerating because they're obviously very close, if we just take off a little cost of goods sold, will we have a lot of net income or a little? A lot, comparatively speaking. So this is going to have a bigger net income with FIFO. Why? Prices keep going up, right? So we are costing or putting to inventory cost of goods sold the cheap stuff, the old stuff, which is cheap. So it's going to be a small cost of goods sold, which means net income will be big. Here, the weighted average mixes some of those old costs with the higher costs. So this is going to be a bigger number, so you're just going to have a small net income. Now, in terms of this ending inventory, this is bigger and this is smaller. So why is this bigger than this, do you think? Well, what's left? Take out all the old stuff that's cheaper because prices are rising. Well, if we take out all the old stuff, left with the new stuff, which is more expensive because prices are rising. So this will show better on ending inventory. This will be smaller. So think those through. If they're not making sense, let me know. Because that's the really thinking part that you've got to be able to analyze. If prices were falling for our inventory, what would you expect here? Yeah, it would be completely flipped. Okay? Okay, so let's leave this and go on to our last sections. Okay, see you in a little while.